No. The delay is real. But what I want to say is... Watching delay is so strange. Is I feel like I'm about to go into therapy. So that's fun. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. My name is Brian. How are you? I'm doing alright, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I hope what I think happened didn't happen. Hold on, hold on. I got an idea. It won't work, but... Thank you, Zendude. Zendude, let me know how the stream looks. Because I did a thing earlier and that might have messed it up. Maybe. Maybe. Because the frame rate of mine looks like crap. I wonder. I blame OBS for this. Alright. We're off to a great start with my anxiety. It's fun. Yeah. But I am looking at YouTube, and it says excellent connection, where OBS is like, whoa! What are you doing? It is brighter. It is officially brighter in here. I turned my lamp higher. It's up there now. Lamp? Ring light. Put my ring light a little further back, raised it up, turned it a little brighter. Because it was a little dim and I wanted the stuff behind me to be visible. Even if the light's a little bright for my eyeballs. It's okay. With that, I need to have a drink. Yes, the red shirt. I do not wear red shirts. I do not wear red, usually. This is the second shirt I have that is red. And the first one is a button-up. So it's even fancier than this. This is just the Maker's Mark shirt I got at Maker's Mark. So it should be red. It didn't have to be. I could have bought a black shirt. That didn't feel right. So there it is. I just put it on for the first time just before the stream started, so glad that worked. Good on him. Why is this at top chat? I don't want to see top chat. You go there, you go there. Everything always moves around. Did I show it? No. Of course it didn't. All right. Music, maestro. I've already had a day, not a bad day, but we are here this evening. I feel like some kind of priest. It's like, welcome, here we are today to talk about our Lord and Savior, whiskey. Lord and Savior. Mid-February? What are we Februarying? I lost my train of thought. That's a little louder than it should be, isn't it? I was actually listening to music in my own apartment earlier. So that's usually a little louder than I have it on stream. Big surprise. I'm opening this by the Bibs. This is the Old Forester bottle I got in Kentucky. So Maker's Mark shirt. Bottle I picked up, which I'm not really going to do video about. So, take off the price tag. There were 2 price tags. There was one on the top too. It was very weird. This is lower proof. This is 86 plastic pot. Good way to start, I think. Oops. If you're not familiar with what National World Health Day is, it's tomorrow. It's not today, so don't worry. You haven't missed it. And it will be mostly just a day for everyone to go, hey, have you checked in with your brain? Because it's always there, and you tend to use it a lot, and sometimes you're not really paying attention to what's going on with it. Unlike me, I'm paying attention to it regularly for about 10 seconds. at a time. It's little spurts. So I'm paying attention, and then I'm not paying attention, and then I'm paying attention to something else. If you can't tell, it happens a lot here. The current pinned comment should be for the Stuff and Whiskey channel. Well, not the channel, but they are doing a giveaway raffle thingy for charity. I forget which one. Something arms on her something. Or her arms on something. I'm not a good human being. I'm figuring that out again today. Oh my god. Didn't know it'd start asking that question. A toast to mental health for real hope and help. And it is to benefit. This is why I can't remember it. It is a very long word. Wrong word. Why are you here? God damn it. Who's distracted? You are. Shh. My god. I had all these extra windows I forgot about. So, any donation will help make a direct impact to write love on her arms. I was close. And they abbreviate it as TWLOHA, which my brain just can't comprehend, except for the... I say Ola. That's what I see when I look at that. Makes me think of Hawaii. Anyhow, the link in the pinned comment thing is for that GoFundMe charity thing. They've already raised $4,505. They're going for $25,000, which I can't. That would be all of my debt gone, all of it, with $10,000 left over at least. But I hope they get there. I mean, again, they've got 4,000 and it hasn't even started yet. Good on them. And they'll be going live at 9 p.m. So that has been said. That is what that link is about. So if you're interested, and it's giveaway bottle stuff. It's not like just give to charity. It's there will be many bottles to be had. My favorite part. I mean, I'm a very like charity person. Like, let's give to charity. But when it's like, let's give to charity, and you might get more whiskey, my brain goes, yes, all the charity. Not entirely true. It is and it isn't. First of all, I don't have a lot of money for charity, but also, I don't need more bottles. If you can't tell, I'm good for the rest of my life, technically, but I'll still get more because I have a problem. It's a good problem to have, though. We're sending out whiskey to people. I just finished packing a box up for this. Thankfully, was generously handed almost the sample pack for this past Friday. So good on you guys. I just put it together in a box for hand delivery. And if you want to donate money to me directly, though, moonshine my mental health. I forgot I had this tiny little moonshine thing in my fridge. It's been there for I don't know how long, months at least. Probably last year, maybe, or at least winter. But it's in there, and if I hit that goal myself tonight, I'm not linking those. Get down below if you want them. I drink it. It's like an apple pie moonshine shot thing. I can't say it will be unpleasant, but I won't want to do it that way. But the point of it is that I will do it if I hit the goal. And if I don't hit the goal, I don't do it. Simple. I'm not really worried about it since I think people are going to be saving their money for the charity event later. So there you go. So there, just in case someone has a sadistic mind tonight. Not really that sadistic. You're just giving me alcohol. I mean, I get to drink and I get money. What a problem. That's why I hate doing that. Man, wow. Am I getting that? No. Sorry, immediately distracted by my own drink. I'm getting a slight banana off this, I think, which is bad. Do not like fake banana smell. Laffy Taffy banana. That's what it is. Laffy Taffy banana. I was not expecting to get that out of Old Forester. But then again, I don't think I've had Old Forester very often. And if I have, it's probably the 1920. I think that's the one I've actually had. I grabbed this one just because it was, funnily in a plastic bottle. And I wanted to buy one more bottle. Laffy Taffy, right? You know what I mean. If you've ever had the banana one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not too strong, though. It's not like banana. It's just... That surprised me. I didn't expect to get that note that I'm not a huge fan of on this. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Hold on. Hold on, my brain did a thing, and now I have to backpedal. Since we're talking about mental health, here's a prime example. Normally I would ignore this feeling, but now I have to backpedal for about 30 minutes, maybe, to figure out what I just did. So once I find what I just did, I will return. This is almost too perfect. So before the stream started, I was on a buzz of sorts. I still am. And I was trying to mess with the lighting. It's in a different spot. It's a little brighter. I'm just trying it out. Do it, Zenboot. Get that laundry done. I can't even see the thing anymore. There we go. That didn't help. There we go. Okay. One thing I was not anticipating is anyone showing up for the stream, because it's like, I'm going to talk about mental health today, and everyone goes, ooh, I'm going to skip that one. It's fine. I do that. Not for mental health, but sometimes I'll see someone stream and just go, nah. We all do it at some point. So anyway, the point is, I'm already distracted. We're having a great mental health day, as you can tell. Kind of we are, but not also not. When I'm like this, I can't really get anything done specifically, but I get some things done, like putting together a package. In this moment, however, I was fiddling with that light over there on the other side of the screen, which is technically where you are in a way. Yeah, anyhow, I had this in my hand. I was going to drink it. I put it down over there, behind my screen, fiddled with the light a bit, forgot I left it there, and then started doing something else, which I think was trying to finish this box. So it is still cold, thankfully, but man, I was supposed to drink this a while ago. It's gonna make this taste weird, but I'll figure it out. Blech. Prime example of how I drink these. And for the record, this is the least disgusting one per my tastes. 16 grams of protein. Something else I should talk about. I can't be bothered to eat sometimes. And not in the, oh, you're not hungry way. It's like, no, I might be hungry, but I'm not paying attention to it. And in this case, I can't be bothered to even sit down and chew anything. It's like I can't. My brain's like, you're not going to pay attention to that for that long, even if it's good. So instead I end up drinking these Ensure things, which this one's 60 grams of protein, 160 calories, vitamins and minerals. I'm mostly drinking for the protein, let's be honest. That way my stomach cannot feel hungry for a little while. I'll be hungry again soon. I didn't really eat much today at all. Yeah. Even yogurt. I can't be bothered to spoon myself yogurt. It takes too long. It's annoying. So I have the drinkable yogurt, which works just fine. I drink those just the same way, just quickly, so I can not think about it anymore. Bathrooms are the best, Zenbood. I have mine. It is over there. I've ordered on stream a couple times. It's a mooch robe, technically, if you know what Whiskey Vault is and the early stuff they did there with their nonsense. It's one of those, the exact replica. And it's very soft. It's the best part about it, really. Just, it's soft. Zenboot, I don't care to wither away yet. I'm just doing, if I'm doing that, I'm doing it very slowly. There's no point. And for the record, for once, all this, well, there's still a little at the bottom, but anyway, all the samples from Friday were drank that evening over the span of 8 hours. So I finished them all, but they were all about 1.5 ounces. 1 ounce. I think they were 1 ounce, actually. It always feels weird trying to tell fluid volume. But ounces, 1 ounce each. So about 4 ounces over 8 hours is okay, thankfully. tonight it's going to be a very different case. I'm having two, and I'm going to drink them fairly quickly. Not fast enough because it's been 15 minutes. I haven't taken a sip yet. Did I mention I have mental health problems? I think I did. This music's still too loud. Oh my god. There we go. See, if it's distracting me, I can't keep it up. Yeah. Questions. That's what I should keep saying. If you have any questions about mental health, specifically bipolar 2, anxiety, and ADD, which hasn't really been diagnosed officially yet, but I'm pretty sure it's that. Or ADHD. I'm not really hyper, except for right now, but I'm also exhausted at the same time. It's fantastic. Ah. There's that. Glad I started at a lower proof. Tasty. The taste of this is pretty good. Although, I did just drink an insured chocolate thing very quickly. And that's definitely going to impact it, but for the moment, enjoyable. I don't think I'd sip on it as a, I will sip this myself kind of thing. I have many other options. But it's just the nose that bugged me. Mood asks, what are differences between bipolar 1 and bipolar 2? So, in getting bipolar 2, or having bipolar 2, I am a little better off. Only a little. Because bipolar 1 is when you have huge mood swings. Like it's really bad. So you have really good mood, and then you have really bad mood. And that can happen. Actually, here's the thing. I'm not a scientist. But from what I've seen and, tried to learn myself about it, it's the extremes. So your moods will be in extremes. You'll be extremely good and extremely bad. Everything in between. And it shifts. And I mean really bad. Like, some of the symptoms they told me were the type of people who think they're God or think they can hear God. And they're that kind of thing. And they are God. That kind of crazy. That kind of, I don't want to say crazy, but that kind of mental unwell. And then the rest... that are bad is sometimes, hallucinations, hearing voices, etc., etc. That kind of bad. So bipolar 1 and 2 are not to be messed with. They're a thing. Bipolar 1 especially is very dangerous for the person because they are up and down. The hard swing, like this way and then this way. I am not that. Mine is a little more... And this, I'm doing this as if this is regular. Like, good, bad, good, bad. That's not how it works. You can be good for a long time, and then you can get in the middle, and you're okay, and then you can go back to good, or you can just be bad for a while and go up to good, or up to good, and then back to stable. Ugh. And when I say like mood disorders, I mean like feelings as well. We're going to talk about our feelings. Oh, Slapshot, hello. You're welcome. So when I say mood, that relates to feelings, like emotions. That's the thing that's kind of going wonky. In my case, it's not always that bad. I am medicated. The medication is literally right in front of me all the time if I'm at my desk. And I still forget. And I still have to give myself reminders on my phone 3 times a day, and I'll still ignore them. Today was one of those days, not because I ignored it, but because I was in bed for an hour, at least. I think I woke up at 10:30 today. Went to sleep around 1:30, which is good. I also didn't drink any alcohol yesterday, which is good. If you didn't know, I was in Kentucky recently, and I drank for a week, every day. Ugh. It's a bit much. All right, hold on. I gotta check my sleep app, because I have to have a sleep app so I can figure out how I sleep. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's fine. Last night, swell. I got a lot of sleep, which I don't normally get. Yeah, 1 a.m. I was supposed to say p.m. next. 1 a.m. No, I wasn't. 1 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's a lot of sleep. Last night was not the norm. It was actually finally the stabilizing a little bit after the Kentucky Trinot. Good. It's bad enough sleeping far away from home on hotel beds, which are harder than I want them to be. I like soft beds. I do not like beds that make me feel like I'm on something that is not a bed. Like a wood. Like a thing of wood. Wooden board. Yeah. They weren't that bad, but you know what I mean. I have a softer bed anyway. What's my point? Sleep. Well, your sleep is also affected. So everything about you is affected with bipolar disorders. And how you're feeling specifically and your energy levels. It's great. Oh, boy. Again, I feel like I'm in therapy, which is not pleasant for me. I will usually just talk at speed about whatever's happened recently. Cross my fingers. I'm actually not seeing a therapist right now. So you guys are my therapists. I'm going to tell you all my secrets that are on the internet. No, it's not good. But no, I don't have one right now because I had an insurance scare for a little bit earlier this year, which is now stabilized, I think. It did a thing recently, and I don't think it starts till November. So we'll see what the hell that's about. So yeah, I just said, Mr. Great Shot, hanging Izzy. Welcome, cheers. I think. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, Maker's Mark, boom. Red. That's the part it's like, oh, look, red. In high school, I was the kid with the long hair and the black trench coat, like in a good way, not like the scary guy way, but back in the Manson days. So I got very accustomed to wearing black all the time, and now if I don't wear black, it feels weird. Like I'm used to, I can do blue jeans, but I generally want to wear black all the time. It's just because I got so accustomed to it from my days in high school that when I started wearing other things, it felt odd. So red, not something I wear very often. Red and black I can wear. Those two go together pretty well. I'm styling. We're talking fashion now. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Oh, and if you do happen to donate to this, please at KillCo in the chat. I don't expect anyone will tonight, and I'm not eager to have that happen, but I won't see it because there's no bunny rabbit or anything as an option. Well, the option is down below, but I'm worrying about something that's not going to happen. Point is, mental illness is weird. What's weirder still is if you're sitting in your apartment talking to a camera and drinking. And it's your job, technically. 7. We have 7 concurrent views for right now. I love that number, because 7. That's an interesting statement. If you wear black and gray, you're depressed. It's like, no, I'm just used to it. Although, you know, I mean, Batman wears black and gray. He's super depressed. In my head, it's so I can't be seen at night. So for when I go running in the woods with the coyotes and the wolves. Oh yes, and again, for those of you who just showed up, if you have any questions about mental health, please ask, especially bipolar, ADD/ADHD, and what was the other one? Depression. That one is a real sucker. What I was going to say, I was talking about bed and sleep, and what I wanted to do for tomorrow. I'm not going to. I might, but I'm not going to. Yesterday I had the thought of filming today, like filming what I did in a regular, Sunday. But I woke up and I didn't because I forgot, which is how I would start it. Because a lot of it is just having to film. Like I'm going to have to try to use my camera to film soon. If I want to do more intricate stuff, which I do to a degree. But the idea would be to film what I did, in a kind of movie-esque setting or way. And that's hard to do, especially when you're trying to film yourself. That's just... But as I was saying, I woke up at 11. The day began with me waking up at around 11 a.m. And then I was in bed for the next hour, thinking about maybe getting up and also staring at my phone and scrolling through everything. and checking emails and not getting up. So about noon, I probably got up. And I want to say I made breakfast, but I didn't. And I want to say I took my medication right away, but I didn't. I believe I started making coffee, which is one of the few things I actively do in the morning. Not every morning. I'm trying to make it every morning because coffee is expensive at stores. Going to freaking Starbucks, which is a mile away. It's so easy to do and it costs so much more, so I'm trying not to. If I was really lucky, I'd get myself some kind of espresso machine because I would live off espresso. Bad. Also, caffeine does help with ADHD stuff, or ADD stuff. I'm gonna get there soon. I'm waiting to go all silver, if I'm lucky. Or, like my mom and my mom's uncle have silver hair, almost. I don't even want to call it, gray. It's just like white with these silvery streaks. So I don't think I'm going that direction. Maybe a little right here, maybe there. There's some in here. I don't think there's much up here. Maybe there is, and I can't see it. We're getting there. It happens to everyone. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I want to go like Sweeney Todd, just white stripe all the way back. Back to the story. This is a story. This is just a day in the life of someone with mental illness. Getting out of bed, not an easy thing to do. And then when you do, you go do things, and not always the same thing that you're supposed to do. Like making coffee, which is what I was talking about. Oh my god. Making coffee, for me, is a process because I got a pour-over coffee maker because I like to feel fancy. And I believe it actually makes the coffee taste a little better. Only because I had to take the time and effort, which I don't have a lot of, those don't go together well, to actually make it and then drink it. I don't know. Also, I got very interested in coffee years ago. So that was a preferred method for some, and I thought, okay, I'll try that. So I got a nice little pour-over coffee thing. It's called the manual coffee maker. You don't need to know this, but that's what it is. Go look it up. It's a thing. Now, I think they improved the design since I initially bought it. Because I think it was a startup. It's still around. It was a startup thing. And I helped go fund it or something. So I got one of those early versions, pre-release. Yes, Sabu. The zen of making coffee. So that was the first thing I did. After that, it gets a little blurry. I'm not sure. I think I had a yogurt. I did have a yogurt. Drinkable yogurt I was talking about. So I just went, gulp, much like I did earlier, and drank it. Nutrients, instantly. Yum. What else? I was on my computer, but I don't remember what I was doing. That happens a lot. But I believe I was checking emails or watching something. I've been watching an anime on Netflix. It's very distracting because it's my recent hyperfixation. Where it's just like, what's this? Watch all the episodes now. Lucky I got myself to go to sleep last night at 1. Usually it's 2 a.m. or later. That's the other bit where it's like, oh, I'm not going to sleep tonight? Cool, great. And there's a seasonal affective disorder thing out there. I don't know if it's been verified yet, but I know personally, year after year, my moods change when the seasons change, and it sucks. Not necessarily for the worse. You would think, going into winter I get depressed. Sometimes I do, yeah. But I really like autumn, so I think I get excited over autumn, but it feels too brief. Every time. It's already 50-ish degrees outside, so it's cold. It's chilly out there now. I'm not ready. And I think part of the Kentucky trip really threw me off, since that whole time I was there it was 70 degrees and perfect spring-like weather. And I get back to New England, it's like, oh, rainy and chilly. Okay. That feels about right. Autumn in New England. Rainy and chilly. Fridge press. It's a great shot. Might I interest you in some coffee? I will Should I show you? This is so irrelevant. This is just me showing off my mental health being wild tonight, as it usually is. But because people are watching, it's entertaining. If people weren't watching, I'd just be... That's what I'd be doing instead. I type much faster than that, mind you, but you get the idea. And I will be doing that after this stream hits, which will be in half an hour already. Why? I haven't even talked about my day. Coffee. I made coffee, had yogurt, and then I got distracted for the next 4 hours, at least. So by the time I actually realized anything, really. Like, once I sit in front of a computer, time has no meaning for a bit. As we know, because 30 minutes just happened and I didn't notice. But most of my days are like that. I just dive into something online, or if I'm lucky, I get some stuff done. If I'm lucky. I'm an engaging host. Well, only if people are here. Otherwise, I'm engaging myself only. And I don't often listen to myself. Isn't that right? Yes, it is. Okay. Don't worry, I'm not that far gone yet. But I do talk to myself a lot. Admittedly, that's another symptom I'm aware of and I don't care. I have a feeling most people talk to themselves, and if they don't, well, you probably don't live alone, for one thing. Because if you talk to yourself and someone else is there, it's, are you okay? No! Not at all. But for me, it helps me focus. That's the other part. I have to ask myself, what did I just do, and what am I going to do next? What was I supposed to be doing right now? There's a lot of that. That's my engagement with myself. What was I doing? Like, you know, the earlier example of me having gotten this to eat, drink, putting it down when I got distracted by the light, came back over here, did a bunch of stuff, got the box together for tomorrow, which is rare, mind you. Me actually completing this within a day and getting it out tomorrow doesn't happen. Usually takes me a week. What I want to do is get faster at putting it together so I can, you know, do more of them. Because it costs a certain amount of energy and focus, which we've been talking about, that I just don't have. It's very hard for me to take my brain and go, wait, we're doing this specifically. You need to stop. And it's just like, no, I don't want to. No, I'm going to do something else. I like tacos, you know. When people make, you know, those, why do they say squirrel? I know why. Like squirrel, yeah, I get it. But I like to think of it as a pinball machine, because your thoughts are just bouncing around from one thing to another. They can get stuck in the same spot for a little while, and then eventually you're going to gutter ball and be absolutely exhausted. So it starts again. Ugh. It's exhausting, is what I'm saying. Just existing can be very tiring. And as I said, with moods and disorders of that, like my disorder, where it affects, they call it a mood disorder, but what they also mean is it's an emotional disorder. That means your emotions are kind of all over the place. Your feelings about things just change. And if you look in today's society, you'll see that some people aren't medicated. These are the people who get very upset and offended about anything. Anything. We're talking about the type of people who have to yell at the people who work in fast food restaurants. The I want to talk to your manager kinds of people who are just demanding and selfish, we'll say. But they don't realize they're out of line. That's the worst part. Sometimes it's someone who has a bad day, but you know, it's where you don't. That's not regulated. You know, that kind of outburst and anger. That is how your disorder can be when you're not medicated, or at least if you've not seen someone to help you. Go to therapy. You know, it's like, so they forgot your fries, or wait, they gave you something, the wrong thing. They gave you the wrong thing in the drive-thru. Life goes on. Go inside, just say, hey, I got the wrong thing. Boom, done. They'll do something to help you somewhere. You know, discount. I don't know. Point is, nothing is worth really getting so angry about. It's really nuts. Most drivers need mood adjustments. Yes, the thing I've noticed with my problems is driving is extremely stressful because you never know who is a lunatic on the road. should say. A lunatic on the road. Especially when they need to be somewhere, this very fast-paced stuff we're living in right now, where you need to get there and do the thing. I felt that on my trip, because I had to be at these distilleries, which were not close. So I had to get up very early and get my ass there in time, which was not easy. I did it, but anything could have thrown it off. Something did throw it off once. I'm just also glad I went far enough in advance to not be late. Thankfully. But yeah, roads are terrifying. I like traveling. I like being in other places. I don't necessarily like what happens on the way. Same thing goes with flying. I don't hate flying, but I don't enjoy it. If I had... once I'm a millionaire, I will have someone to drive me everywhere, and I can fly in my own jet. So yeah, that'll happen. I wish it did, but it is. I do not like Ubers and Lyfts as well, and I only used it once on the trip, but just getting in someone's car and being like, here we go! Cross my fingers. I need to get to my next drink. Once again, we hit the halfway point after. Refresh my memory. The pinned comment is for a GoFundMe for Stuff and Whiskey. They are having a charity stream at 9 p.m. tonight, Eastern. So make sure you tune in for that. It'll be right after it's Bourbon night. If you go there next, I will. I'm going to watch a little bit of it probably. Charity event. But once like a bunch of people start getting on the screen, I get very uncomfortable. I don't know why, because it's not like there are that many people in the room. That doesn't seem to matter. So I tend to like it when there are less things going on. And I know they're supposed to have a bunch of special guests. So they have a full plate. But you should go and donate. Buy that link. And they will be doing a bottle giveaways. I don't know how many. But more than one. So we'll see. At least I think it's more than one. I hope so with the amount of money they're trying to raise. Because it's a lot. So I imagine they're going to have a lot of winners, hopefully. If they hit that goal. If they even get close to that goal. I think they said 60? That's a crazy number, but maybe that's what I saw. I don't know. Go check. Actually, I should have the link. That's a good idea, Brian. Thank you. Could post that in the chat. And the next drink of the evening will be this one. Look familiar? Should. The toasted marshmallow that I picked up last year at Maker's Mark. I thought it was appropriate because I am wearing the shit. And I haven't had it in a while. Like, even when I poured it, I was like, oh, I haven't had this one in a while, and I like it. At least last time I tried it, I liked it. So, hope it's the same. Whoops. And again, any questions, please ask. Or talk about what you think you might have issues with mentally because, whoa, we all do. We all do. Let me... There we go. Oh. I'm just going to create the post and post it. I keep forgetting there's so much more I can do on YouTube. I just don't. Like the community tab. I use it, but I tend to forget it's there. Top dog, hello. And yes, it's a lot of bottles. So your chances are good. And again, yeah, 16,000. I can't even imagine these numbers, man. I said earlier, if I got $25,000 somehow, I'd be set. I'd be good. Like, I'd be at base level for once in my life, where I would not have any debt. What a dream to not have debt. Ah, the wrong thing here. Why did it do that to me? Oh, this is why. Why did it... I'm trying to figure this thing out. Alright. There we go. Everything's in the wrong spot, believe it or not. Yeah, finding a therapist is the hard part. And I've talked on my mental health problems a couple times where I lost my train of thought. I talked about it a couple times. Oh, about how long it took me to get medicated. Like the medication that was stabling me and not causing too many side effects, if any. The ones I have now, I'm not getting side effects. And they're doing something, because I can function a little better than I could last year. Which is nice. And it's these two, well, actually it's 2 different kinds of pills, but it's 3 times a day for a total of... hold on. That's hilarious. I'm not so superstitious, but some things I just can't ignore. So apparently I have to take 7 pills a day. For those of you who know 7, you find that funny. I find it funny, and I just realized it. I would just think about 4 and 3. And never add the plus. It didn't matter. Okay. So, not bad. Banana note, I think. Probably wouldn't drink it out of a Glen. And that's appropriate that it's in plastic. Not because I think it's that cheap kind of bourbon. It's not. It's probably... It's certainly a higher quality, but it's still selling to the public market, which is an odd thing to say. But unfortunately, in American culture, whiskey isn't normally sipped. People often just shoot it, kind of like I will if I get to that goal, which I won't at this point, but that's fine. Again, it's there just in case. And because that Kentucky trip was really expensive. Ugh. Bottles and everything else. 1 in the morning. Oh, I wish I only had to take 1 in the morning. Yes, it is a lot of bottles, as I said, for the thing, and I didn't do it. I did it, and I was supposed to do it, and I didn't do it. Tell me where that takes you, because that's what I was looking for. That is where their stream will be at 9 o'clock tonight. And I think it's Bourbon Nights going live, but I honestly don't know. Because I am not paying attention. Wow. Paying attention to what's going on in YouTube, other than my stream going live usually. I don't see it. I know it's there too. Let me just look at another screen, because that's entertaining. Well, no. It's kind of the same as last year. So this is the one I just showed you. Like that one little drip in the front, and then, nothing happened in the back, really. And the one I did was this one, because it was another named one. This is their candied apple. Focus, you son of a... Why? Stop looking behind me. There we go. Candied apple. But this one, as you can see, does not have one in the front. This one went to the back and is longer. It's got this little thing too. Whoa. I think it's because I spun it like I was putting it down. So it's got a different design on the back, which is fancy. Kroger, nice. Yeah, I didn't stop in any kind of liquor store I wanted to, other than this one. When I picked this up, I was the only liquor store I went in, and it was a real sketchy looking one, with nothing priced in a way that I would purchase it. Other than that, that was fine. That was funny just because I knew the Old Forester Distillery was down the road. I had just walked from where it was. It's a rat tail, that's what that is. Like the one I used to have in elementary school. I had one. Mama KillCo will show you the picture, I swear. What's funny is toasted marshmallow. Oh, yeah, it's even got graham cracker. It makes me think of a campfire and s'mores. Anyway, the point was, this was in my sampling at Maker's. So when I did the Maker's Tour, and it was it behind the Bourbon? Something like that? Anyway, it was a tour, so we went to the distillery. I took pictures. They're on Instagram, I think. So went into the distillery. We got to see some of that. We went outside. We walked past the mash tubs, those big fermenting things. And the distillery smelled... No, wait. The distillery was the weird smell because of the mash things. Grainy. Like oatmeal was everywhere. Or cornmeal, I should probably say. Then we went out. Then we went to see where the labels were put on. It was like a room. Like a little big, probably smaller than my apartment. But then they had these two very, very ancient looking label makers. And they make these labels all day, these two people. They weren't there that day. They were on vacation, actually, which was funny. And then we went to... It was such a good tour. I mean, it was one of the things where I walked all over the place and was like, holy shit. I was here last year and I barely saw a fraction of anything here. The restaurant was closed, though. Which sucked, because I was supposed to eat lunch there. Instead, I had some cheese and crackers, because that was for sale, but the kitchen wasn't open. It was a lineup. John McEwen. Also, hi. Welcome. Top Dog Schwelcome. I think I said hi to you, but... mental health problems, yay. Yes, Top Dog. I also got lost again. My GPS cut out. I was like, oh... Because I was in the middle of nowhere. As nowhere as you could be, where the signal's just gone. It feels like that's something that happens in movies. We're like, oh god, we got no signal. No, there was a place where I had zero signal in Kentucky, and I had to get to Maker's Mark, and I almost didn't. I did. I had plenty of time, but it cut off a certain amount of time I thought I'd have to just be there. So maybe 30 minutes were taken away, just from me getting sent the wrong way briefly. I figured it out and turned around, but ugh. It sucked. My point was, good God. Did I tell you I have problems? I do. This, the marshmallow, toasted marshmallow at Maker's, was in the flight of whiskey I was given while I was on the tour. So we went over the place, saw all the hot spots, distillery, label maker. We went into the room where they do private barrel picks. That was pretty cool. We went to where they receive the barrels and fill the barrels. So we got to see a barrel get filled, and then I wrote my name on it, like on the top. So now there is a barrel out there with my name on it, which is going to be there for a very long time, I'm sure, since whiskey takes a little bit to get done. Then we went to a fancy room. We got to see where the actual bottling was, but again, they were on vacation, which is fine, because I really didn't want to hear all that noise of those machines going, if I'm being perfectly honest. And then we got to the end of the tour, and we ended up in the gift shop, of course. And there was this beautiful stained glass thing in one of the cooperages. We also got to go in the cooperage and got some whiskey out of one of those barrels. It was sweet. That was also in the lineup. My point was, this was in the lineup along with the cask strength, the Maker's 46, the Maker's 46 cask strength, I think. And there was one other. There were a bunch. There were at least 5. Oh, the White Dog, the moonshine. That's exactly why I made the moonshine shot thing, isn't it? Not at all. But coincidentally, they actually gave you some of the, what was it, 120? It was really high proof. And it was pretty tasty. It wasn't my favorite, but it was tasty. Well. So it's Bourbon Night is doing a barrel pick. Barrell. So that'll be interesting. I have only tried a few of those. And Zero Signs, yes. If you end up on the back road part, there's a way to get it that's less back roady. But I definitely got lost on this little road to nowhere. Zenboot? I don't think so. I don't know, because it was the first whiskey I'd had that day, and it was the highest proof thing I think that was on the lineup. So if I did, I don't remember. It was just like, wah. In my brain, I was screaming a little. It's like, look, this is super high proof. Why? But it was good. I did enjoy it. I drank it all. In fact, I drank all of my samples because I was not leaving anything behind. But it was good. Like I said, the Makers Tour was one of the hardest places to get to and to actually find. But the tour was, great. And then at the end, I was in the gift shop, bought a shirt, bought 2 bottles, the candied apple and the new one. I had to restrain myself from buying 3, for the record, and I did. Thank you. He says, knowing he had 3 other bottles as well. But the BRT01, this is the 10 Virgin Toasted American Oak Staves. So they're doing a toasted thing. Toasted stuff's been pretty good, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happened with it. We shall see when I do a video, and technically I should do one soon, but probably won't. That's the other thing about having mental health issues. You don't get things done quite like other people. I'll level with you. With the internet and with doing this kind of content / making content on YouTube, people make certain assumptions about your well-being. Like when I look at other people who are making stuff online, I don't think about the fact that they might have mental illness of any sort. And plenty of them do. But you only see the part where they're edited and everything looks good and they said the right thing. That's why these lives are such fun. Blech. I never know what's going to happen, and if I say something weird, fine. It's there forever. But you don't think about how they are in their day-to-day life very often. For me, it is not great. It's not bad. You know, I have a place to live. I have a bed to sleep in. I have food. I'm on, was it EBT? Food stamps, technically. It's food. It's clearly not food stamps anymore, but now it's an EBT card for groceries every month. And I'm on disability. So, it's bad. It may seem like it isn't, but it is. And that's the worst part about living with it. If you know you can't do the same things that other people seem to be able to do all the time. And you kind of wish you did, but you're also glad you don't, because you would not function. I tried for years, and Mama KillCo can tell you, I tried to find a job for years, and I just could barely even leave my room. Like I couldn't deal with all of it. I just stayed in my room all the time. I still do, except it's an apartment now, so it's okay. But for the most part, I don't really get out as much as people think I do. And I'm doing something this month that'll probably make me go out even less, which my patrons will know about. So if you want to join Patreon, links down below, I hope. I am trying to get to 20 by the end of the year. It's a $5 a month thing if you want to hit the lowest tier. That's it. You buy me a latte. Kind of. I think it's 5 something else for lattes. But I'm not going higher than that. Oh, yeah. But patrons are going to hear something, if I remember to do it soon, about something I want to try this month. And then we'll see what happens. It's not going to be easy. I technically started it already in my mind, and it's already difficult. I will have to break it or bend it a little bit tomorrow, but we'll see. And you don't know what I'm talking about. So if you want to know what I'm talking about, Patreon. It's the place to be to hear my ramblings and see a lot about how unwell I can be sometimes, which is sometimes hard to watch because I'm a mess. But you don't have to watch the lenses, but that's usually where I do a lot of it. It's kind of like Instagram privately. So only certain people can see it, and they're helping to grow and improve the channel, which has happened a good amount over the past year or two. This really smells good. I don't want to drink it almost, because I'm going to be out soon. So, you know, look how sad that is. But it's so good. Whoa. It's really nice. Well, unfortunately, I didn't talk about mental health too much, but I think I gave a good showing, if you're really watching hard, of how difficult it is to just stay focused on anything, including doing a live stream. But I've gotten pretty good at it, I think. Maybe. We're doing okay. I may be doing more streams in the future, and I will probably make them 2 hours, so I might start at 6, or they might just start at 7 and go to 8. Again, Pop KillCo, hello. You're not late. You just arrived now, which is fine. Cool Runnings, hello. Schwelcome. But we are 4 minutes out, and I believe it's Bourbon Night is going live now. I said what they were doing earlier. But most importantly, tune into the stream this evening, 9 p.m. Stuff and Whiskey. I posted the link earlier. I'll post it again. Ah, my voice wants to die. I hope that's it. If not, I don't know where I'm sending you. But make sure you hit them up at 9 o'clock for this charity event. It's going to be a big deal. It's one of those, much like Whiskey Mountain's events, where it's a big one. I want to do something like that someday, but I want to hit 1,000 subscribers before that happens. But I also have to do a celebration stream because I'm officially at 650 again. We'll see how long it stays that way, but I want to do a little something for hitting 650 subscribers because it's not getting any easier to do. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Once I get more content out and start making the clickbaity kind of videos, we'll see what happens. The algorithm is not really my friend because I talk a lot about stuff like this. My mental health and my well-being. We'll see. I gotta work at it, and again, part of the problem with having mental health issues is just the ability to focus and the energy to do. Just do. The ability to do is the part that has low energy and not easy. You do you. That is the best I can do with Zenboot. That's all I ever try to do. And I don't even want to say I try my best. I just keep trying. Sometimes I don't try as hard because I can't. But for the most part, I am just plunging ahead. Good things about my current situation are, of course, that I'm exercising more, which I'm finding is vital. And I knew it was to improving your mental well-being is being physically active and doing things. And generally just trying to be out there a little bit, like going outside your comfort zone. I do it a lot. I go to a circuit training facility that's not far. I know the owner. I know the person who owns the place. And it's 10 people maximum for every time, which I can handle. Brian Powers, hello. Welcome. We're closing up shop, but thank you for popping in. Again, this is one of the streams I think I posted this morning before I went to bed, because I wanted to at least have it up there. I'm not really great at planning when I'll stream. I have certain time slots I used to do. So it used to be Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. I believe I'm going for Sunday and Friday, and maybe a Wednesday. I don't even want to promise that. But those are the times. 7 o'clock on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday are possible streaming times, but don't guarantee any of it. I do want to do more giveaway streams, though, so I want to get out more samples for people to try, because, again, I have plenty, and there are a lot of bottles I have that people can't try, because well, I'm just fortunate enough to have them. Specifically, I have a few from different streamers. Those are, gone after a while. One of the most recent ones, I think, was It's Bourbon Night. And I have another one on the way, because I had to buy another bottle, didn't I? It was a Yellowstone. That's why. All right. With that, it's just about time, folks. Thank you for joining me for this. I know this was not an easy stream to watch, because mental health stuff is not easy to talk about, and a lot of the times it seems okay, or I'm being funny. Sometimes I'm just trying to, control the steering wheel into what I need to do next. I'm not very good at it, unfortunately. I'm keeping it going, but it gets a little difficult sometimes. With that, head over to It's Bourbon Night. I will be there. Make sure you check in at Stuff and Whiskey stream. And I live long, prosper. Got that one. Don't forget to be awesome. That's 2. We're good. And I will see you out there. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. It was good. Hi.